Spaghetti!
Spaghetti! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Tyrant Security, the Southpaw Company, Part 1. Today is November 19th, 2020, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us and you have a bunch of questions like who the fuck is the Southpaw Company? Well, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures. We have VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point there in a playlist that's ready for your consumption. We also have playlists for completed run-throughs of Curse of Strahd, Waterdeep, I was going to say Waterdeep Dragon Marsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and Ghost of Saltmarsh, as well as, hey, guess what? This game, as well as our homebrew campaign, because that is where the Southpaw Company is from. Therefore, wrapping it all together in a nice bow. And speaking of things that are all nice and together, thanks to Anchor.fm, we have our audio cast available on all major audio cast platforms. So Spotify, Apple, does Apple still have podcasts? I think Apple still has podcasts, as well as Stitcher, any of the other major ones. I think the only place that we are not is Podbean, but that's all right. It was too much money for what I was able to pay anyways. But if you want to help me be able to get back onto Podbean, hey, guess what? If you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can find our after show as well as homebrew items that we are posting up every week or so. I'm going to try and get the next one in. Hey, guess what? In honor of this being Tyrant Security, the item that I was going to be putting up was Arjan's crossbow. Patience. So if you would like to know what the stats are for the Dragonborn's Bowcaster, feel free to stop on by our Patreon. You can help support it there. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and everywhere else, and you're looking for other ways to help support the show, you can go then to indooradventure.redbubble.com. We got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We got all sorts of merch, including, GB, if you wouldn't mind showcasing a little bit, we have our most fuckable grandpa merchandise. If you want to talk about Asmodeus in the present tense, hey, guess what? We got t-shirts for you. So if you, that once again is at indooradventure.redbubble.com. And with that, my spiel is done. Hey, Satan, who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm playing Vi, who I like to think inspired that shirt trying to go after Asmodeus. So I think that's the best thing I've ever done in any game ever is inspire this merch. So I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, I'll be playing Vi, the drow bard and horse person of the group.
Is it me? Is it me next?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's been so
It's
long.
you.
It's only been one episode. It's been like a month. I'm Ethan, and I'm playing Alellen once more. He's a wizard and an artificer now, and also the occultant. So he keeps track of how much your life's worth to the company. It's not a lot.
I'm Greybeard and Greybeard Stavard, and tonight I'll be playing Hu'Gurk, the Bugbear Gloomstalker Ranger, and I'm also the group cartographer.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I am going to be playing as Connie Adler, Tiefling War Priest, as well as local decisionist.
And I am Arjan Yodaris. What do I start with every week? CFO and founder of Tyrant Security. I am also Starwolf Level 1 of Triboni TV, and let's talk about it. And, well, today I'm Connor. I use he, him pronouns. And I'm going to run a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends. Those are these friends. They're good friends. Last time we left off, we were trying to finish up our Halloween episode in the middle of November because 2020, you had ventured into the lair of the Blood Hunter Order of the Beasts of Galliard, a group of werebeasts who your friend Coda was a member of. You got some help from his father to perform a ritual that would, snap everyone out of their vampiric enthrallment. and also remove the corruption from 2 very powerful weapons that you had retrieved: a Dust Crusher hammer and a Sunblade. The shining with the holy light of the Angel Ray. After going down underground, fighting off some careless whispers, yes, that was their actual name, and diving deep below Silverford, you had killed the vampire who was in the guise of an albino wolf, rescued Andre, who was in the spidery legs of Lolth, or protected from with the spidery legs of Lolth, and returned with enough blood from this vampire to heal Danielle the Stormbringer. And after also removing her Curse of Silence, we're going to pick up after she is left, now fully restored, and owing you all a powerful favor, but leaving you alone in your newly renovated office of the Green Dragon branch of Tyrant Security. So actually, as you're all standing outside, having said your goodbyes to the Stormbringer, a familiar dwarf, gentleman, is gonna walk up. This is Macklin Talktough. He was the contractor who was getting everything ready for the renovations, and the person who was actually paid by Archon before you left. You're back already?
Yes. I can see you worked
Yeah.
fast.
I mean, do you want the tour?
Oh
Just
my god, I would
Yes,
love a
please.
tour.
All right. And they lead you back in through the gates, that because hey, your office is actually now like fenced in, so that's nice. And bring you into the front door. There's a reception desk that is set up. Your white Abishai Wyatt sitting behind it, sticking a few pieces of paper on what looks like a corkboard that is set up right behind the desk with the Tyrant Security plaque over the top of it. So got your reception area back there on the left. He starts, or sorry, they have they them pronouns. They start walking down the hall, point out a few conference rooms, meeting rooms, a full kitchen, and dining area. And out of the right, out to the right, like still in this entrance area, you walk outside and you can see this entire like event space, outdoor stage set up with plenty of area for seating to be arranged however it needs to be. Um, Not like fairy lights strewn about, like going from the stage to like a pole, but like spaces for hanging lanterns and stuff, because fantasy, medieval, that sort of thing. Leads you back in and takes you down the stairs to where there already was the underground area, the underground storeroom. They start taking you down there. And I actually need to change tabs at this point. Back into the storeroom. The same fountain is there, but it looks to be a lot less gross. The storeroom seems to be a lot less blown up. And pretty much all the rooms that were originally there are still, you can still definitely tell, like, oh, this was where we fought the bugs. This is where there were scarecrows, although I'm not seeing a giant gaping hole in the ground. Oh, these cells are still here. I guess there was a business reason for us to keep prison cells. But one of the empty rooms has been converted into actual, like, very small dorm space. It looks like there's very plain twin beds and dresses and everything, and a very tiny desk for each of the students, but not a lot else there.
Perfect.
And back where there was like a huge chasm in the ground and little rope bridges across, that has all been kind of filled in, like the foundation has been leveled out. And this is just like a large multi-purpose room. You can see there are bookshelves, tables, chairs, some training equipment. The secret exit to the forest is still there. It's just a little bit more maintained on the inside. And then they lead you to each of your rooms. Hu'Gurk, describe your room.
There's a lot of fur on the walls and whatnot. It's like almost like you would have in a dorm room, like you'd have like flags or whatever. These are just some furs hanging on the walls. The bed is, bugbear sized, but pretty simple. And there's probably like a weight bench in there, and maybe a dented old shield on the wall, something to like just smash against with morning stars just for fun. But yeah, that's probably about it for Hu'Gurk's room. Maybe one trunk just to put stuff in, but he didn't ask for the trunk. It just was, they were like, where's he going to put his stuff? Hu'Gurk would just huck it in a corner, but now there's a trunk. So yeah, that's it for him, I think.
Vi, what is in your room?
Her room is decked out to almost look like the Underdark. So it's a lot of like natural dark stone that creates the walls. And she definitely asked for it to be a little bit more elegant. So she has, that 4-post canopy bed. She has that, and all the carving on it is spiders forming different like waving forms, and the little drapery on it is actually looks like silk spider web.
It definitely
And in
does
a
look
little
like it.
corner, it's a silk spider web, yeah. And she has like nice areas to put her instruments, as well as like I like to think like in the ceiling there's like a little bit of like small bits of stalactites that almost look like quartz, and there's a corner where she has a little shrine to Lolth. Lots of spiders.
And Connie.
Connie's room is, there are 3 colors at work here. There are pinks, there is crimson, and then there is like an intermediary. Like it is just like grades between, like, again, very like either pink or crimson. Kind of like honestly, like very much the coloration that she wears. It looks like these are her favorite colors, and they are her favorite colors. Why would you put anything else that was not any of that scale in her room? Like, no, that's not what she's about at all. There is a writing desk that has cute stationery on it. There's like a flamingo feather that she has as a quill. Again, she needs that pink coloration. Other than that, there is a full-size mirror. She has some fun like band posters on the wall. Like there's like tour posters, that sort of thing. And then like her most prized possession that she hopes to complete someday. There is a poster of Crown, the Tiamat idol group that she has, and it's signed by 2 of the heads. One day she will get the remaining 3 to sign it, but even for her, that pop idol group is expensive to go see.
Right. And the last room that we need to visit is Alellen's.
Yes. So Alellen has kind of done a little bit of work using some artifice. So instead of like lanterns or lamps, he's enchanted sort of this weird glass tube that's been put behind this kind of mesh, and it just emits this very, very harsh white bluish light and buzzes ever so slightly. And he's got a very plain twin bed with like beige sheets, and it's exactly what you think it'd be. It's very just plain and stark and has only what is necessary.
Not quite though, because on your bed there is a small box.
Oh, what's in the box?
It is a small black paper box, and as you open it, you see 2 items. One of them just looks like a set of like 7 discs that are overlaid on each other, and you can see almost like star-like patterns on it. Not like wizard stars or like a star pattern, but like actual like constellations. And the other, imagine if you would, an arcane Leatherman, an arcane Swiss Army knife. So there are 2 things that I want you to add to your sheet.
Okay.
The first is called an astromancy archive.
Ooh. Gotcha.
I can explain how this works later, but
Yes, please.
it's from the new book. The second is also from the new book and is called an all-purpose tool. You will be getting the +1 version of it.
Very good. That is very useful.
It's all purpose.
It is all purpose. They really went ham on the like, hey, you want some extra cantrips? You guys want extra cantrips? Take some extra cantrips.
Dude, you want cantrip? You want cantrip?
Because that's
Everybody gets cantrip.
like the wizard ability was like, oh, if you want, you can change your cantrips on a long rest or a short rest or whatever. Like you just swap them around. Just swap them. Just take some cantrips.
Been doing that in my home game for years now.
Yeah. You want to change out your spells? Go ahead. Just do it.
Just change them up.
As a
change them
treat.
up.
No, you have to keep your shitty message spell for fucking ever.
Hey, so I know you didn't know how True Strike worked when you picked this spell, but let me
Well, that's too damn bad.
Should have really read more into it.
No, we don't play that here. So yeah, everybody has been shown all their new rooms. Macklin's like, so that's all I got paid to do. But if y'all want more stuff done, y'all know where to find me. Right?
Thank you so
great.
much. You've been
And,
amazing.
If you're looking to hire anytime soon, well, I'm available.
Well, what are your skills other than construction?
Well, I mean, as you can see, I'm pretty good with swinging a hammer around.
Yes, that is true. We'll keep you at the top of our list. We'll see what else we have to do. We'll see what else comes up for us.
And they dismiss themselves, and you are all left in your new home.
The installation piece turned out perfectly in my room. That's exactly what I was going for.
I don't know if you guys have amazing rooms like I do, but have you? I have a walk-in closet, and it's amazing.
It's good. I have a filing cabinet.
Of course you do.
That's useful.
I got like heavy stuff to lift.
Connie like realizes that Hu'Gurk got a home gym, and she's like, "Damn, I should have asked about that."
You can use mine anytime, Connie. It's cool.
Her already star-spangled eyes like get even bigger. She's so excited to have a workout buddy.
And then
I think I
as
saw
you,
some.
and then as you walk out into the like big room, like there's probably a few more actual sets like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had said training stuff too, so
Yeah.
I was like, yep.
Well, can't wait to see y'all lift heavy things repeatedly.
I'm gonna get so good at hugging.
You are.
You mean that?
Yes.
Connie just beams.
So, Connie, what did you ask for in your room?
A mirror, some cute stationery, so that way I could message Grandpa. That's kind of it. I mean, like, I don't really spend a whole lot of time in my room. There's probably should have asked for like a bigger Zune, like a Zune for my house.
Yeah, like a
That's
surround
the home model.
sound.
Yeah, I should have asked for
Yeah.
the big. I should have asked for the one that I can flip sideways and it has a really sweet widescreen.
Yeah,
Well, you know, maybe the next upgrade we'll be able to ask for something else.
yeah, because I could see them when they said something to Hu'Gurk. He's like, because there's no paint on the walls or anything. It's just like a stone. It's like a cave that a or a bugbear would live in. you know what I mean. No
I
better
feel
idea.
like Vi goes through like sees people's rooms like, oh dear. Well, that's a lot of pink. That's nothing, and that is in fact a filing cabinet. Cabinet.
I imagine
Correct.
that it's like that weird off khaki color, like almost like almost olive, but like too
Yep.
light to be healthy.
There's a radio, like an old radio, in like the corner playing elevator music.
It picks nothing up.
That's
It's
just
just
Vidalkin
like-
music. It's Vidalkin music. If you understand.
This is the hit single Muzak off the self-titled album Muzak by Muzak.
But it's the letter Mew and then the name Zach.
No, it's just the Z-A-K. There's no C-H in it.
Right.
I like to think that even like girl from Ipanema would be too cool for that Muzak station.
Yeah, that's right. I think Alellen's gonna try to get Patsky for his final project to make a home Zune
Okay.
Connie
for
will
the
give,
artifice.
Yeah, Connie will, like, she has a Zune. Well, Zune's magical musical box. To, like, it's an antique she found while thrifting. That she will see if, just make it bigger.
You want me to break it?
No, well, can you fix it after?
Can you make it so it like plugs into some giant horns or something, or giant drums and like
I
is
want
louder?
it bigger. Like it's like this big, right? I want it like that. But like
We want the
lot-
sound to be like that. We want
Yeah.
the sound to be like this size, but the actual object should remain this size.
What
So
if
you
it
want it
was
to be
like,
louder?
okay, how about this? What if, Patsky, I know this is going to be real difficult for you, but what if you made a thing that could plug into?
That's what I was trying to say, but I didn't know how Hu'Gurk would get it across.
Like you could plug it into it, and then like if you put the music gem, like they're called singles. I don't know if you're familiar with this. You put the single in there, and then it would make the sound louder. Could you do that?
Like an amplifier.
Okay.
Oh
If
my
you-
god, you
if you
can!
can
That'd be
manage-
so great.
If you can manage this, you pass next semester too.
Okay.
And that means you don't have to pay tuition. You still have to pay fees though.
He scurries off with the Zune.
It's an antique.
That's how they get you. You might get that tuition waiver, but they're still going to hit you with like $500 worth of fees.
I gave you $120,000. After a little bit of time, Wyatt actually comes down. So y'all all settled? Everybody found their stuff?
Yes.
I love it, Wyatt. Thank you.
Oh, I mean that wasn't me. That was like head office, and they also sent something else.
Oh my god, what they sound.
And he goes over to one of the one of the tables that's in this just like main room, and pulls out a bag, a satchel, and pulls out just a whole like menagerie of items. So your performance review, I guess, came across,
Yes.
and everybody's getting promoted.
Oh.
So Alellen, you're occultant rank 2 now, which will give you the abilities Eldritch Occultant. So you can cast Augury whenever you use your Occultant Abacus.
Yes.
And you also get the ability Bring Out Your Dead, which just means you can use your Read the Kill feature from rank 1 whenever you finish a short rest.
Excellent. Bring out your dead.
Connie, you are now Decisionist rank 2, which means you are authorized to use this, and in a very, very small box. He opens it, and there's just this coin. On one side is the symbol of Tyrant security, which is on this mask that you are about to show the camera. And on the back is a message that actually changes whenever you flip it around.
Is it like a Snapple cap where it has encouraging like fun facts? It has fun facts every time you flip it.
So your abilities, the coin dissensionary can display messages, and you can manipulate coin flips whenever somebody else does it. So if you asked Alellen to flip a coin, you can make it land on heads or tails.
Oh, don't worry, I got one. It's a good coin.
And so you can add the coin of dissensionary to your character sheet, and it should have its abilities on there. You also get absentee ballot, which means if someone is absent, you are very confident how they would vote and can vote for them.
Oh yeah.
Totally not gonna
Oh,
abuse
that
that.
was topical, huh?
No. Don't miss any sessions. It'll be fine.
Be me, isn't it? No, I think I'm actually good for the rest of all of these. We're good.
Hu'Gurk, you are now cartographer rank 2, which means, and he pulls out this tube, out of which is this spyglass, this little telescope. You can add to your character sheet a spyglass of clairvoyance. So if you look through this at a location that is within 1 mile of you, that is obstructing your view, so like a forest, a mountain, or something like that, you can make a wisdom check, or might be a perception check or a survival check. I don't know. And get a pretty good sense of the area around that.
Sweet.
You also can use your Tale of Safe Travel, which means you can do a ritual while you are traveling to ensure safe travel to another location within 1 day of you.
Yeah, that one's sweet. Okay.
And Vi, you are now Hordes person rank 2, which means, and he reaches in his bag and pulls out another bag. What does this bag look like?
Do you want me?
As it scurries across the table to greet
Oh.
you.
Do you want me to use what they give me as a bard because they have a specific
You
description?
can. Or if Vi wants to do something else, she can do that too.
Let me see. I would say it's a round, like black leather bag that actually looks like a spider. So it's scurrying like a spider. And it has like the Black Widow symbol on it, like the little red like hourglass shape.
Yeah, so like it's like the strings that are tying up the bag just sort of like tense up and like form these little spider legs, and it's just like starts crawling across the table to you, and it's very cute.
Oh my god, that's adorable. She'll pick it up. Look,
And
what does it do?
so it functions as a bag of holding. So how about bag of holdings normally function? That's how words work. You also can reach into your bag and make a sleight of hand check to transfer any amount of your franchise funds back to your bag. So this is connected to like your franchise's account.
Okay. So the franchise's account is basically what we have gathered so far as money. Okay.
Just including
Just so I
what
know
head
for
office
safety.
is putting into your account.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. It's
So
one
when
of
we
those things
expense
where
it,
like we
I mean,
just take the
this
money
is
out.
essentially you expensing it,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
just be careful not to overdraft. How will that?
Sorry.
I would
How
like
will
to
that
think.
happen?
$0? Well, now you owe me $40.
Oh God, no! I'm keeping a good track of what we've made so far, which is a good chunk of change. I like to imagine that it goes on her hip, and then the legs kind of wrap around like a belt, and then the other legs wrap around her thigh. It's one of those hip bags. Look, it's adorable. I love it. It matches my outfits. Her outfits are always black with some red. I love it.
So yeah, that's what they sent over. There's also been a lot of people like coming in to try and like get some like jobs or some security details and stuff. It's a lot.
Well, we can
Define a
start.
lot.
Well, so like we got from the office of the mayor, they need a security detail for a diplomatic sort of party from around the towns of the Gated Glen. John Moret and Full need some help with the rust monster that's stalking the smithy. Needs that removed. Darren Fraud, it says that a giant ash beetle nest is springing up pretty close to the orchard. There's some like 3 different people in town got rats in their basement.
We're not an extermination group.
Well, I figured y'all probably wanted to follow up on like your info that you got from the lighthouse. Uh, have y'all considered maybe now we might have the funds to hire on a B team, just get some extra help and train up some other people to do stuff for y'all?
Alellen, do you think that Patsky and Dex are B team material? Because I think
He's
that
generous. We need, if they had a little muscle to back them up, I think they could get a lot done.
they are. All right.
We need somebody kind of big. Like, you know how, like you and Hu'Gurk, how you'd kind of stand in front of me and Vi.
Hey, wait, that dwarf was just here.
He's good with a hammer. That's what he said. That's what they said.
Yes. So
That's what they
I
said.
think we could hire them on.
That could work.
All right. So how about this? If we have teams, we section them off at 4s, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that if we have 5, then we have to give them health care. But if we
So we'll
only keep the teams at 4s, then we don't have to do dental or anything else like that.
We could get little like cards with each of their little stats on them, and then we could like build teams using the cards.
Oh my god, I think Mr. Arjan would be interested in a living card game. Like Netrunner. It's a drow card game.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Webrunner,
dead?
sorry.
Webrunner.
One of those died recently, I think.
Netrunner.
Are we going to have to interview people? We're going to have to think about what type of groups we want and for what. I know we have that potion making business for what potion of water breathing making business on the side.
Okay, so we got potion water breathing business.
We might be able to hire people as runners to collect the algae from the lizard folk.
That would be a C team.
Yeah.
I think we have to skip that one for a legal
Let's
reason.
skip that one. They said that they would come to us.
Okay.
Penny,
Let's make this
Penny
better.
Arcade is not gonna like that.
Yeah, we can't do a C team.
So the D team.
Look, I'm very superstitious about the letter
I think
C.
we have to start moving to like draconic letters or something.
Right.
Okay.
Anywho.
So
You
first
fill
off,
the D team with dads because
Oh
it's
my
the dad
God.
team.
it's either dad team or everyone has to be named something that starts with that letter. Otherwise, I will not remember it. What if they were all named Dave? If we had like Team Dave.
Team of Dave. Team Dave.
We need a team of Daves.
But they have to have different last names so we can have a Dave A or Dave B or C or any whatever. I'm not going to remember.
Different last names, something like a
Get
different.
your Dave Archuleta, your Dave Cook.
Dave Cook, he better have that chef feat.
Dave 1, Dave 2, Dave 3, and Dave 4. Got it.
All right, so first off, we need. Okay, they don't have to all be actually named Dave, but that's what we'll all know that D team is for. So we need to find a B
For
team and a
Daves.
D team because the C team's already full.
Right. So we have Macklin for the B team.
All right, so
Is
Dex
that
passing
what Macklin was proposing?
I think that's what Macklin was.
I
proposing.
think so. They said
That's what
they
I
were
thought
good
he
at
said.
stringing a hammer. So
Yeah.
Okay.
They.
So meta.
I mean,
Macklin doesn't have a lot to do. They were looking for a job in the mine before it like closed. So they have actually been like looking for a job and was really good at contract work. So
Hear me out.
that is what they were offering.
more contract work.
Jackal team.
Jackal team.
We have a shit ton of jackals.
Jackal
Had a
team
shit ton of
6.
Jackals. We choose the 5 best jackals in the jackal wear.
I don't
Jackal Team
think
6.
Jackal Team 6.
right. Great ideas. Love these proposed plans. We're going
That
to
way we
have
don't
to
have to have an
workshop
F
them.
team.
Wow.
I don't know. The F team just seems.
We can call them F Troop instead of team.
All right, let's
You'd be
start.
F Troop.
Okay, so my vote is that contact Macklin. Maybe just contact the leader of Team Jackalware.
Maybe.
Hamebi. We contact Hamebi. That's 4 and a pack of jackals, which would make up for the fact that Dex and Patsky are still technically interns. Right? Like,
This is
I
good.
feel
This
like,
seems good.
okay, so that's like all of our immediate know-hows. Everybody else we're going to have to interview.
We'll find the Daves as we go.
We will
All
find
right.
the Daves as we go. I like that.
I'll write that down. That we're on the lookout for Daves. For Team Dave.
Is your name Dave? How would you like to work for us?
But
Do
what
you
if
have
they're
any
not good at
skills to speak
anything?
of?
I'm sorry, what was that, Vi?
What if they're not good at anything?
Well, that's why we have an interview process. So that way we can wean out the ones that aren't good at anything.
We need
Like-
skilled Dave labor,
Like-
not unskilled Dave labor.
How about this? I do the interviews, and if come out of the interviews without crying, we hire them.
All right, I say we put it to a vote. I help with the interviews just so that way if he's hot, if they're hot, we at least get 3 votes on this.
Why not just all of us be there for the interviews?
And if they don't come out crying, then they get it.
Then they get the job. We got
Okay.
I think that criterion is still solid. The
Okay.
not crying during the interview thing. And I think having all 4 of us there just really makes that much more difficult.
It's like, have you ever been in a one-on-one with the owners? Of course you all have. We met Arjan. He was super nice. It'd be like that if we didn't think we were already hired.
Right.
So if we talk to somebody and they interact with us like they've already been hired, I say that's good enough.
But what if they plan on stealing from us?
Do you have
mean, they'd
like
have to
any
get through me,
magical?
but-
Okay, how about this? What if our interview room was Zone of Truth?
Okay.
Then we ask them what
That
their
just
biggest
seems-
weakness is, and then they have to tell us what their biggest weakness is.
That seems a bit unsportsmanlike.
We're hiring them.
Yeah, but like 60% of job interviews are supposed to be lies.
Yeah, but like we get all that stress and worry out of the way by saying, "Hey, you're not gonna be able to lie." So, and then if they
Don't
just
even
run,
think
if
about
they if they run for the door, then I'll tackle them because obviously they were here to steal something.
We wouldn't be asking them anything that you wouldn't have to answer truthfully on the job.
I'm not sure all of this is ethical, but I'm also not sure that that's really our problem.
Have you ever
Exactly.
been a corporation in the hells?
There's a code of ethics there. It's unconventional, but it is ethics.
And that's what we need for success here and now.
An unconventional code of ethics.
Well, I think
Also-
we've got that covered.
Also, like if they're not hot, I'd probably be okay with that whole absentee ballot thing. I could just go do something else, and then
I'll vote.
I would
I
get
think
the
we're gonna
vote.
have to talk to HR if we're hiring people based on how good they look. I think that's an issue.
Oh,
That's definitely going to be
That's-
something
Neo's
that's
head
bad.
brought up.
That's
All right.
okay. That makes sense.
Hiring process. Okay, how are we doing this? Are we accepting applications or are we seeking out individuals that we think can fill what our needs?
Well, Wyatt said there were people coming to us already.
But that's people with work, not people looking for work.
Well, okay, well, for that, how about we make a form that they have to fill out and then we'll go through it, pick jobs
Well,
from there.
there actually was one person who was coming in, like seeing if we had any jobs. The Lynn's daughter, Suyin.
Oh, Suyin was
Yes.
super cool. Oh, she'd be perfect for this.
We could have her as like a messenger or oh,
No, she needs to be active. She needs to be doing stuff. She doesn't like playing in. She likes being in the limelight. She did not like being messenger girl. From our interaction with her, she seemed like she was geared for great things. That's what I want from her. Also, I'm going to need somebody else to fill out the hiring form. I cannot.
Right, you can't sign.
Not while I'm on the material plane. I
Oh,
can't
right.
have anything to do with contracts. However, I can give my 2 cents. My 2 bronze.
How about then we have her as our assistant for this process, which is very important. She needs to keep things organized. If not, things are gonna get out of hand.
Wait, isn't that like Wyatt's job?
Yeah, kinda.
She'll be like a
Wouldn't
You
you
say
like
secretary,
would you
we're
like
gonna
an
have
assistant?
problems.
wouldn't you like an assistant to help you through all the paperwork?
I mean, sure, that'll help. But I don't really have much to do outside of that.
Well, wait, hold up.
Any hobbies?
Dex hasn't been given a second job yet. Patsky's making the home stereo system.
Can we make these people that we hire basically we're making them like the rest of the jobs in
No.
the Okay,
No,
cool. That's what I'm
They will basically be like other. The way I'm thinking of it is, so you're all getting stronghold benefits from the home base now, right? Well, one of the benefits of running an establishment is that you get money. This is how you're going to get money. You hire on people, they take on jobs, you get a cut of the profits of the job, so do they. And you just have like a whole bunch of people around town doing jobs for you.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I say then, what was your name again? I don't have write it down. The Sulin.
Suyin?
Suyin. How about we put her in the people that we know for sure we want to hire, and we create a group that way. How about a group that can take middle jobs
That'd be
and group that can take
Suyin.
smaller jobs? Because like rats in the basement, like we could still get some money off that, but
That's a Dex Patsky job.
Or
I
Jackal
think
Team
Patsky
6.
could do that.
Or Dex Patsky, Jackal Team 6. We can have them be a 3-man. It's fine. And then we have Suyin. We have
Macklin.
Macklin. And then 2 others. Or we have Suyin, Macklin, Jackal Team 6, and Dex, because Patsky's doing something that's really important. And then we hired Team Dave, and then Team Dave is the one that like kills the rats in the basement.
Okay, but is Jackal Team 6 jackals?
No, it's like Jackal
Okay.
Team 6 will be code because people will be thinking that it's only going to be 6 jackals, and then it's a fuck ton more.
Okay, so this
Like,
is gonna be
imagine-
a group. Okay, so this is gonna be a group of more than 4.
Probably like 20 jackals, but like we don't include the jackals.
Do you know how expensive veterinary dental care is?
No, that's why we're only hiring the jackal leader, and then all the jackals follow them. On paper, we're only paying for 4 people. We save on dental. This is humanoid insurance only. And the jackalware. We're making an exception for them.
I mean, they are humanoid.
Okay, so Hamebi, then. is the one that we're actually hiring.
Yes.
Hamebi and Macklin.
And
And
Macklin.
And
Suyen.
Macklin.
And Suyen.
But of Jackal Team 6, yes, Hamebi is the only one. So, Macklin, Jackal Team 6, Patsky and Suyen, Dex, that's 4. Okay, team complete. We know them. That's going to
Do
be...
we know that Hamabi's going to agree to this?
We don't, but we gave them, I believe, cows to work on retainers. So technically, they're
Gave them
already...
horses.
We gave them horses. They're already employed by us. We just let them know who their new coworkers are going to be.
And like, don't eat your coworkers.
Don't eat your coworkers.
Don't
That's
eat your
rule one.
coworkers. Coworkers
For
are friends,
Hamebi-
not food.
Yeah.
For Hamebi said that as long as we fed them a horse, they would do pretty much what we wanted them to. So, hey, guess what? Now we're also going to pay you. Look, we can do like a horse a month or something like that.
We
depending
can
on how
pay them so
much
they
we
can get their own horses.
No, they want to get the... Well, I mean, they want to get the horses for eating, so it's up to them. Look, we'll figure it out
Does
along
it
the
have
way.
to be horses?
That's what they specifically requested. I'm not going to go back and try and argue them out of it.
Can it be just like meat from the butcher?
I think they want the whole horse.
Okay.
They're a pack of jackals.
I
I
don't
don't...
hungry.
After we leave the horse there, I don't want to know what happens to that horse.
We could maybe like renegotiate. Maybe.
Negotiate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have it.
I don't, actually.
Good.
All right, so horses for Jackal Team 6, that we can do. Hamebi, Macklin, Dex, Suyen, that sounds like a winning combo. We're going to give them all callbacks, let them know that the availability's open off the gate. Next up, we need to find a team of Daves, or people willing to change their name to Dave.
Okay, then why don't we put a post in the town's bulletin board for that?
All right, again, I cannot be the one to write that up.
That's
can
not
also-
a contract. It's just would you like to join a team of all Daves? Is your name Dave? Or would you change your name to Dave?
Accepting applications from all Daves and individuals willing to work from the name Dave.
Yes.
This we can do. Okay, so that takes care of 2 teams. We got basically Team Ratcatcher, aka Team Dave. And they're going to be the
Yes.
ones who take care of all of the Dave problems. And then we have Team B, and that's Hamebi, Suyen, Dex, and Macklin. All right, good,
Yes.
good.
Good. Why did the people asking for our services leave forms or
Their first name or preferred name.
did they just talk and then you didn't write things down and then they left?
No, I have it all up on the board in the entryway.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Let's take a look at these jobs first, and then we can go out and get a few things. I need to sell a couple things to get more money. Also, Connie, would you benefit from a diamond worth 50 gold for your little spells?
Connie's going to flip her coin. That's a 4. No, I would not.
Okay, I'm selling it then.
The coin says ruinous.
All right.
I'm good. Thank you. It has to be at least 100 gold pieces. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? Am I right?
You're right.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
Do you
what's-
need a diamond worth 100 gold pieces?
Not right now.
Okay.
I can't do anything with it. It'd just be nice.
So what's the plan?
Be nice to have.
Vi is selling some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need this +1 longsword unless anyone else specifically calls out for it. Hu'Gurk, do you need a +1 longsword?
No, I got the hammer now.
Oh, right. The Mace of... I think it's the Mace of Terror?
That's a
D-
warhammer.
Dust
Warhammer.
Crusher.
Dust
Dust
Crusher. Yeah.
crusher.
Dust
I don't need the long
crusher.
hammer or the long sword. So I'm gonna sell it.
Dust crusher is a plus weapon, right?
I think so.
Should be.
It's considered a
What
magic
longsword
weapon.
do you have?
+1.
May I have it?
Yeah, take it.
Thanks.
I don't want it. You get... Vi,
Yeah. Okay. Magic weapon.
Vi,
Got it.
I have a serious question for you.
Yes.
Are you good at dancing?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 20, how good would you say you were at dancing?
20.
You're at a 20 on the term? Why don't you take
could
this
dance-
sword that summons the sun in it? It's better for those who are better at dancing than me.
I don't understand what dancing has to do with the sword.
It's a
Dex.
finesse weapon. It goes off of dex.
All right.
Connie's dex is 12, yours is 17. You would get much more use out of the sun blade than Connie would.
Do you
Out-
want that and the longsword, or that over the longsword?
I'm only gonna use one at a time. Unfortunately, I'm not a barbarian that has 8 weapons in this game, like in my usual games.
I will.
Uh,
Connie will keep the +1 longsword
Mhm.
if you take the sun blade.
I can take the sunblade.
All right, here you go. Take it. I honestly thought you would want it before.
I don't mind.
I do like the image of the sunglasses on and the sunblade coming, and they're like
Yeah.
reflecting off your sunglasses. You know.
Yeah.
You're like Blade.
Or it's like a Yzma with the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
lighting up the propane torch, the acetylene torch.
Mine was
Second.
Sin City with Frodo there. His character had the
Yeah,
little round
Kevin.
glasses. They were all shiny.
All right. So,
Crap, then we don't need to sell that weapon.
okay. I'm just then going to go to town and sell a couple things I have. I already have them written down on what they're worth.
Okay.
So we don't have to RP it if you don't want to, because it's just selling stuff.
Okay. Are you trying to haggle the price?
Yes, of course
Make
I am.
a persuasion check.
Okay, 1 second. I think I have. Okay.
And I'm assuming you're going to Lynn's shop, the Ashen Shield Coster.
What?
I'm assuming you're going to Lynn's shop.
Yes. Well, that's natural 20 for a 28.
Okay. You will be selling everything at 150% of its value. So
Ooh.
do you have the total?
No, but I can add it up.
Okay.
Real quick. That's 150, 260. It's 510. 510.
Okay.
Gold.
So you will sell that for
Don't know how to do math.
760.
Okay,
No,
cool. Thank you.
765.
76. Okay, thank you. Because I don't know how to do math. I'm too gay to do math. That's what I say in every game.
Okay.
I'll put it
I
in my
wasn't
new
expecting that
handy
to get me like it did.
Okay. And yeah, okay. I got that. And so all the money I have that we've collected is our franchise fund, correct?
Yes.
And whatever else they give us as
And
payment.
then whatever will come in. So you started the franchise basically 4 days ago. So there hasn't been a lot of like incoming revenue.
Mhm,
Yeah, your whole branch just got rebuilt in like 2 days.
mhm.
Um, more
So
revenue will come in that will go into your franchise thing, but for right now, all of your funds are what
okay,
you have on you right now.
we have a pretty good chunk of change, everyone.
But you can shove it all into your bag of holding and it will just go into your account.
I just imagined the little spider just opening its little. It's adorable. Look at its 8 little
Little
beady eyes.
mandibles.
Yeah, I just opened the mandibles.
I have to make the spiders as cute as possible.
I'm
Otherwise,
sorry.
I will not deal with them.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're afraid of spiders.
Yeah, but this is a cute spider backpack. So
Yeah,
it's good.
it is a cute spider. It's got like those. It's like okay, so you know those little videos of that little tarantula, like the baby tarantula.
I do.
It's
With the big
it's like that.
eyes?
Yeah, it's like that, but it's a black widow. But it's still adorable.
Is there 50 spare gold pieces in our franchise fund?
Possibly.
I'd like to pick up a little extra protection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm qualified now to wear such things.
To wear such things. All right. So would you like 50 gold for some armor?
I would love 50 gold for some armor.
You have to ask nicely first.
I didn't already do that.
No, you didn't.
I think I said I would love 50 gold for some armor. That seems like a pretty nice request.
Well, you didn't ask me for the gold.
Why can I have the gold
Why can I have the gold?
for the armor?
Uh-huh.
Now.
Before I die?
The magic word is...
Eldritch Blast. Guess Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Please. You have to say please.
Oh, please.
So say it all together.
I think maybe I don't want the armor as much now.
You just have to say it all together and I give you 50 gold pieces.
Can we make it 100?
No.
75.
No.
Can I please have the 50 gold for the armor?
Of course.
Okay, now, once he has the gold to say, now, you can go fuck yourself if you please. He'll go off to buy his armor.
She's just laughing.
Yeah.
That was fun. I love being the one that handles all the money.
I want to buy a chain shirt.
Okay.
It don't make no noise and it gives me better armor class.
Okay.
Save my fucking spell slot on mage armor.
Wait, is chain shirt light armor?
It's medium armor.
He's an
But-
artificer.
But
now.
it doesn't. But it
I'm an
doesn't have.
artificer.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
no
doesn't have a
disadvantage on-
stealth.
Gotcha.
It
Okay.
goes under stuff. And so they say that keeps the...
I didn't know
But
that
it goes
sound
over
muffled.
your shirt.
I didn't know
so
that
it
you
doesn't
gained the
pinch your
additional
titties.
armor proficiency when you multi-class. That's cool.
It says I got medium armor and shields now. So
Okay.
we're gonna go with that. We're
Thanks,
gonna go with
D&D
that.
Beyond.
Yeah, thanks, pals. Yes, I have my chain shirt. Now I don't
Great.
have to prepare mage armor anymore.
You look at that, and all because he said please.
Yes.
All right. Any other business that you would like to accomplish?
Not here. Other than setting up interviews.
Yeah. So over the next day, you are able to get in contact with Hamebi, Suyin, Macklin,
Dex.
That-
Dex was the fourth.
Well, Dex you can
He's
definitely get
there.
in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
And they are all fairly agreeable. Are you trying to make this business proposition a little bit better? Like, are you offering anything upfront, or are you just saying, "Hey, come work for us, and you'll get a little bit of money"?
I say we give them some money off the bat, a signing bonus.
We can give them a 10 gold signing bonus. Would that be agreeable?
I mean, that's more than most farmers see in their entire life, so I think that is an agreeable.
We've
Signing
already
How
bonus.
much
given
is the
Hamed-
banana? 10 gold.
Right.
We've already given Hamebe 2 horses.
That's true.
The
Which
horse
is also more
like
gold than
50
most
gold.
farmers. Yeah.
How about a 5 gold signing bonus?
Wait, why are we going down?
Because it's less money to spend.
I would say, look, up to a vote, I would say 10 gold per, except Hamebe, because we already gave them 2 horses. They're already on retainer. This is like an additional retainer, but you talk to multiple people and eat rat. Or no, they are not Team Dave. They don't eat rats. They actually do real problems.
Mm-hmm. I vote 5.
10. How much do you want to pay our new hirees? 5 or 10, Hu'Gurk?
Wait. So Vi controls the money, but you control the votes.
I'm
'cause
just
you gotta
saying, I think that it's a better idea if we pay them more initially, because then that shows that we, even though we are only 4 days old as a branch, we have the funding to pay our employees well.
How about we like set up a system like where if the business does good, then they get paid more. Like, we could kind of like share the profits or
Well, we're
something.
already sharing the
Oh,
profits, Hu'Gurk.
yes.
We already have to share them with head office, so we're
Oh.
already sharing.
Yes.
Oh,
So
Okay.
I still say 5. What do you two say?
what about like we could do it on merit? So like, if they're relatively, lower level accomplished adventurers,
Some Daves.
theoretically like a, a gold piece per expertise level or something like that. You could do something like that.
That's a lot of calculating.
Oh,
That
well, I don't
also-
want to do that.
Also, Hu'Gurk, think about if these new hires got to talking amongst themselves. If one of them finds out that they got paid a gold piece for every jackal that they know, whereas another adventurer got paid a gold piece just because we liked them, Su Yen, then, like they might have some difficulties finding common ground over that, versus if we give them a base rate for a sign-on bonus, doesn't matter who you are, when you get sign-on, you get 10 gold pieces.
I mean, more is better, right?
More is better, Hu'Gurk, so that's a 10.
Yes, but then we're spending more of our money, so we're having less money, so less is worse.
That's less that we have to share with head office. Alellen, what do you think?
I'm waiting on Hu'Gurk to decide. This is pretty entertaining.
Gurk's brain hurts, and
Hu'Gurk,
what would
do you
he
think
do?
more is good?
Yeah, but see,
raise your
then
hand.
less
Then
is
raise
It's
bad
more for them, it's less for us.
for us. See,
How about this, Hu'Gurk? How about I give you a coin,
uh-huh.
and you flip that coin, and then depending on what that coin says, that's how you vote. All you gotta
Do
do
we know
is
what this coin does?
Okay.
Okay.
all you gotta do is ask the coin. It always tells me a truthful answer. All you gotta do is just ask the coin, how much, like, is it a better idea? Will it be better in the long run if we give them 10 gold at the start or 5 gold at the start?
Okay.
Is it better if it's 10 gold? Here's the coin. All you got to do is
Alright.
flip it.
Hu'Gurk tries to say that, and then he like, fling, and it, it like whack hits the ceiling.
Make a DC 13 intelligence saving throw.
No.
All right.
Isn't it?
Insight check.
It's an insight check.
It's an insight check.
Bullets.
So I need to make an insight check.
You do.
All
That
right.
was the saving throw. No, it's not.
Woohoo!
That's next one.
Exactly 13.
You think so whenever you flip it in midair, it seems to like stutter for a little bit, and as you look over, you can see that Connie is. How are you manipulating this coin?
Connie is like, she has both her hands clenched, and as the coin is midair, when you see it like flicker a little bit, she like shakes her hands like she's really excited, like she wants it to be the case.
All right. Well, yeah, he bounced it off the ceiling, like flipped it that hard, and it catches it. And what do I got?
It says that giving
10
them
gold.
10 gold instead of 5, it says lucrative on it.
It says loot creative. So
That
looting.
means-
It's
no,
loot.
that means that we would get more money on a return investment.
Okay, cool. And I huck the coin back at you.
Connie catches the coin. So, Hu'Gurk, do you think it'd be a good idea?
Sure.
All right, that's 3 versus 2.
Oh, I'm not voting with her.
4 versus 1.
Wait,
Fine.
math.
Or
Because
There are-
Connie
there
vote
are
four
four
counts
of
versus
as
you.
one. Connie's 2 votes.
Connie's 2 votes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's 4 versus 1, Vi. I'm sorry. We should give him 10 gold. So the group has spoken.
I suppose.
The best part is that any decision not up to a vote, Vi is then gonna go this direction and be like, oh, corporate politics.
Fine, then I guess I'll set aside 40 gold.
Well, you would need to set aside 80 gold.
Excuse me.
Dave team.
Yes, but they're low expertise level.
We agreed that everybody who gets hired gets paid the same amount, regardless of team.
I will mention nobody in town has arrived to answer the call of Dave.
Set aside.
We can wait
If we get
patiently.
Dave's,
Call of the Dave.
then I will set aside 40 gold for them. So far, we haven't gotten any Dave's, so I'll set aside 40 gold for Team B.
All right. How about this? Even better. Team B, they go out, they do the hard job, they come back, they bring in the money. We use that money to fuel Dave team. No out of pocket expense on our end.
I suppose.
You could vote on it, Bonnie.
Thank you,
Oh,
Alellen.
so-
I love a good group vote.
Oh,
that
wasn't
way
that what you said?
everybody.
You can please go fuck yourself?
So wait, we could make it so like you come in and then like you then hire so many people under you. So like there's like a warlord and then he gets some bugbears and then each of those
That's the pyramid scheme.
bugbears gets like 5 goblins and each of those goblins gets, I don't know, some rats or something.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
like,
Dispater scheme.
Oh, cool.
That's a just Spader scheme.
So we should do that. That's always a good plan. Right?
Well, then we can't really vet
That's too
them.
many people to take care of.
But we're not taking care of them. We're just taking care
Once
of
we
those.
hit around 25 and can open multiple branches under the same name but like different locations, then maybe we'll worry about it. But for right now,
Oh, franchise of a franchise.
yes.
Yes.
Cool.
It's like a West Coast variant of a popular food chain.
I would have to check our employment contract about that one, but it's a good aspiration. There's probably like a non-competition clause in there somewhere.
Well, let's hire on the B team, and from what they make from the cut that we're supposed to take, we'll take out of that what we need to pay if and when Daves start pouring in.
Once we get the Daves, that's when we'll pay the other ones, but we'll have enough centralized funds that we'll be able to figure out how best to pay the Daves. I'm with you 100%.
Right.
Well, this has been great.
I don't think we should hire on too many.
How many
Only-
days is too many days?
No, I mean like teams.
I was also thinking Daves.
No, I think 4 Daves is enough.
Then we don't ever
would
hire another Dave again.
Exactly.
Right,
if
because
their
then
name
they
is
have to go
Dave, they
the
have to
Dave
change
team,
it.
and we start having to
Exactly.
pay benefits.
Exactly. And a Dave 2 team doesn't sound as good as a Dave team.
No.
Dave team 2.
But
Unnecessary
if we keep hiring
numbers.
Daves, we'll eventually get to Dave Team 6.
I'm here for it.
At our 24th day.
GB is laughing. Hu'Gurk is asleep at the table.
How
Very
about-
messy.
Let's start off with these 2 teams, and then we'll see how well they do, and from there we'll see.
All right, sounds good to me.
Perfect.
So let's get we already talked to
Yeah.
Team B team.
Yeah, so over the next day, everybody that you contact does show up, and they are all amicable. You give them a signing bonus of 10 gold pieces each, including Hamebi.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can send them on. You can send them to take care of all of these jobs.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're going to take a break because it's about time. As you get all of your business set up, and whenever we come back, we'll figure out what to do about the Southpaw company.
Yeah.
All right.
So first and
For
foremost, I
reason.
would like to say thank you to Cyber for running this wonderful game. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice. We'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. Spaghetti! Hello, everybody. We have returned from our break. We finally figured out how we're going to hire people. 1, based off of personal preference, and 2, based off of the name Dave. Cyber, take us away.
I would. What are y'all doing? You have
Something about
hired
Southpaw.
people and sent them off to do jobs while you plan your next step. Just a reminder of things that have happened to this point in this campaign, because it's been a month and we've fought vampires in the meantime. Tyrant security franchises have been getting attacked. And in the second one that you went to, the franchise of the Stout
Tall-
Half Pint
Yeah.
at Tall Guy Lighthouse, you had found a map where some of the operatives there believe that they have found Southpaw Company's headquarters in Marysville, which seem to have been cooperated by Hooper Grandshop, rest his soul. The super powerful gnome archwizard.
Got murdered by
Yeah.
an Eringness.
Murdered, dragged to hell. Yeah.
He's doing fine, probably. So, all right,
Like a Limeray by now.
those Southpaw bastards have attacked a multitude of our branches.
At least 2.
At least 2.
That's too many.
That is too many. They attacked this branch before we moved in. Then they attacked the Stout Half Pint. Now, all I'm saying is that if we attack them back, we already know where they're at. They already gave us the name of their secret ship.
Which was?
Which was in my notes. Hold up.
The boat,
Hold up.
I think.
It was a boat. It was the Dangerous Business Ship. Which is pretty on the nose, but like, whatever. That's fine. So, Dangerous Business Ship, Marysville. We got the place. We got the location. All that's left is the time of when we're going to go and do this. You know, we already got people taken care of. Like, we just got to wait to get some Daves, but Wyatt,
Yeah.
Wyatt, can you make sure that we hire no more than 4 people named Dave or are willing to work from the preferred name of Dave?
I mean, if people come in, sure.
All right. We aren't looking for anybody unless they're willing to change their name to Dave at this point in time. If we end up making job openings, you are more than willing to refer a Dave to take your place on Team Dave. That's all that we're looking for. We're going to be gone for a little bit.
Only as a temporary replacement.
Temporary replacement until we get back, and then we can judge them based off of their quality
And their name.
and their name. Well, the name is a prerequisite. Yes. We're not going to judge them based off of the name Dave because they need to have the name Dave in order to apply for this job.
I feel like this is a discrimination suit waiting to happen.
We don't care what they look like. They just got to be named Dave.
Or be willing to work with the name Dave.
All right.
We're only making one name tag. Or we're going to make a bunch of the same name tag. They just got to wear it.
Okay.
That's important.
Excellent. And then Connie turns back to the rest of the group. So we freed up everything that we needed to do at home. Marysville, Southpaw, get some info, maybe?
Yes.
All right.
I'll go get Buckles in the cart ready.
Right.
Also, Wyatt, if any company equipment gets destroyed while they're fighting that rust monster, that comes out of their equipment.
All
Should've
right.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Make sure to let them know that we
Just
are
let them
not.
know.
Yes. We are not responsible for any injuries or destruction of property done to them.
I mean, that's just normal company policy.
Okay.
Just let them know that
Or any
you know, their
emotional
equipment-
distress. That's
their
important.
equipment might be destroyed fighting a rust monster. Just let them know that ahead of time, and then anything that happens, that's on them. We don't reimburse for rust monster related.
Mm-hmm.
He does a serious nod.
We should have little cards for each monster. And it could be a deck of monster cards. And then when the team goes out, you could be like, here, this is what it does. It like eats your stuff. Like for the rust monster anyway.
That wouldn't be a bad project, actually, is to have policies related to individual challenges.
So would it be
The Rolodex of lore.
would it be like the challenges like describe the monster and that's it, or like would they have like challenge stats on them, like say you had an attack and a defense,
Oh, that'd be cool.
and then like would you assign each
In
of
a
those
picture.
you need to have a picture, and then you need to have like a description of the ability unless they're just like really big, in which case no
Like a
ability
power
necessary.
stat.
Like
Could
that.
rate them.
We
You
also-
see how strong they were and how fast they were.
Also, specific company policies regarding the removal of these types of monsters.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's a project for another day because we got to go.
Yeah, we do gotta go.
So everybody is traveling. Everybody is planning to travel by cart.
Yeah.
Yes.
This will take a fuck ton of time.
Oh,
Oh.
You are going to the coast.
No, yep. Hey, Buckles, you get to stay here, bud. Take him back in the stable.
I mean, this is still feasible. You can still definitely make it to the coast.
Does anybody?
Your other option, teleportation, does require Connie to know Marysville, which she does not.
I was just
Right.
gonna ask, does anybody have anything from Marysville, near Marysville, from somebody who once lived in Marysville? Anybody? Can you give me,
DM.
could
tell
ask
me?
around.
Can you
Would
tell
one
me
of
what
my
it looks like?
ex-husbands be from Marysville?
No.
Okay.
We could
I
maybe
have
someone
yet
in
to marry
towns from
there, so
Marysville?
no.
Hey,
Could we just ask around town?
Wait,
see if anybody's
Hu'Gurk, you
got-
said you lived on an island. Like, is that near Marysville?
Hu'Gurk, if you were in the employ of the Cash and Trading Company,
yeah.
you would definitely have been to Marysville before.
Okay.
It is just a port town, or the biggest port town. It is a city that is basically all docks and ships.
So when Connie says that, Ergurk's like, oh yeah, there were like a lot of docks, like there were even houses on docks, dock houses. That's pretty funny.
Connie just stares at Hu'Gurk. This has gotten me no closer to my goal. Yeah, she will shrug and say that she'll do her best.
I mean,
What
what's the
happens
worst that
if
could
this
happen?
doesn't work? Yes.
Well, then we gotta wait a day and then we can try again.
We don't get hurt.
What?
If it doesn't work, do we get hurt?
Maybe. I mean, it's not too bad. There is a very slim chance that would happen, and I doubt that it would to us.
Right. Oh, my ex-husbands doubted they would die tragically.
All of them?
Yes, well, everybody doubts that they're going to die tragically.
I don't want to think I want to die tragically unless it's
Exactly.
Oh no, I think I'm gonna totally die tragically.
All of my
It'd be
ex-husbands died tragically.
horrible. There would be like arrows and an axe maybe.
So I'm just saying, just because we doubt it will happen doesn't mean it won't happen. As shown by the tragic deaths of all my ex-husbands.
Look, let's not get caught up in the odds here. I think the odds are slim. All right.
Alright. If I get hurt, especially my face, you're gonna have to pay for it.
What if I just healed
Well,
you
you would have
instead?
to pay for it.
No, you're gonna pay for it.
You have all the money.
You're gonna have to make your own money and pay for it.
I don't make my own money. You take all the money that we make.
You'll have to
but-
figure it out.
You teleport me there, then I'll know what it's like,
But then,
and then I could.
but if I teleported you there, then we wouldn't be able to follow you. I would have to wait a day. I could wait a day. Like if I teleported you there, then we could wait a day, and then we could teleport to you. You would just need to find your own place to stay for the evening.
It all works for me.
Listen, I mean, we could definitely do it. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying last time we almost fell to our deaths.
So let's just send Hu'Gurk there first. Hu'Gurk, can I have something of yours?
Sure. Hey, I got these old maces that I don't use anymore.
Oh, I'll just take one. That way it's like a best friend mace, like we know who the other has.
Cool.
Connie,
Clang.
Make an
Were the-
Arcana check.
Didn't those get turned into stakes when we were
They did.
hunting
Oh,
vampires.
crap. Okay, so they're just sticks now.
They're just
Splat.
sticks.
I got a 5 on my Arcana check.
This is an excellent plan. Nothing could go wrong.
I mean, we can all just go together. I don't know why we're going through the extra trouble.
Well, you were worried, so like the risk is minimalized if I have something that's associated or like very familiar with Hu'Gurk.
I'm afraid something's going to happen to Hu'Gurk while he's there by himself.
Well, no, that's why he's going first. Nothing can possibly go bad to Hu'Gurk. Look how big and strong he is. He's the kind of guy who wears 2 popped collars and you don't even think nothing of it.
As long as I don't have to pay for any medical bills, I'm fine.
No, you should be
Or
fine.
anything.
Look, we won't know what happened to Hu'Gurk until tomorrow. Is that okay with you, buddy?
It's like, whatever, you know.
All right. Well, Vi, that sound good to you?
I mean, sure. I mean, we could just risk it.
Hu'Gurk, this may sound weird. I totally get it if it's a no. Can I have some of your hair?
Sure.
All right, cool. I need it just so that way we can teleport.
Okay. Nate, he just leans down so you can grab some hair. He's furry, so I mean, literally, you probably go blip blip, and you get a big paw full of hair.
You know, I'll brush your hair. I'll like
Oh,
get
alright.
it like, you know,
Uh-huh.
getting you. It's great. We'll take turns. You can brush my hair, I'll brush yours, and then both of us can think about wanting to ask Vi if she wants to brush hair, but like, I don't know. She seems like she's really high maintenance, and maybe I can't brush her hair that good.
You can brush my hair if you like.
I want to try.
Hey, wait, now all our hair will get in the brush, and then you can teleport to any of us.
No, I have my own separate hairbrush, thank you.
Oh.
All
I
right.
don't have.
We could buy you a wig, it's fine.
I don't think that works.
So yeah, Connie is going to try and teleport Hu'Gurk.
The spell instantly transports you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice, or a single object that you can see within range. You have to be part of the teleportation.
All right. So
We're all going then.
Connie. God, let's see. Well, she got a total of 7 on an intelligence check. So I think she's getting ready to send Hu'Gurk. And then just doesn't even consider that she's going to be sending herself.
Okay.
She might just send everybody in the room. Like, that's within a 10-foot area. Because that's what the range of the spell is. So if anybody's 10 feet away from her, they're going with. But she thinks she's just sending Hu'Gurk.
I like it.
Good, yes.
So you and up to 8 willing creatures. So
I think
nobody,
we're all. I think
It'll-
we're all metaphysically willing. It's just
nobody's
we
gonna
don't
be taken by
expect it.
surprise. But
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
So-
we're planning on being teleported, so I think we're just not expecting it now.
Is the dragon or the hellhound in the room and going with you?
I would assume that my
No.
dog
use
is
my
with
action.
me. But I think Nalaris, because I feel like she has her own room as well. So she might be in
Actually,
her room.
sorry, I just remembered something from the adventure. No, your dog is not coming with you. My bad.
She's
It's
in the
probably
kitchen
for the
getting
best. That probably
food.
means something would try to kill the dog.
Okay, my dog's not coming with
That's
me.
dog violence.
My dog
No, I just
is-
remember in another one of my games that Ethan's in, we had to come up with some explanation for why a hellhound could navigate down a gigantic infernal chain.
Well, I just carried him on my back.
Right, but I don't see Vi doing that.
I could ask Gurk. Anywho,
Okay.
I would say my then my dog is off playing somewhere.
Connie, please roll percentile dice.
Hey guys, so remember when I said that nothing could ever go wrong when teleporting?
So many things can go wrong.
So this might be a good time to tell you. We might be going to a place that's kind of like a dock.
And just as the teleport begins, Hu'Gurk yells, "Bamf!"
What?
All right. Well, so.
Hi, Kimmy.
Oh, thank you, Kimmy. So we are teleporting. Connor, of the stuff that I have been given, what do you think would fall under Marysville? False destination?
No, you've been given a description.
Okay, so I have a
From Hu'Gurk.
description I'm going off of. Cool. Definitely not an associated object, so my roll is a 68, so we are off target.
Okay. So the orrery starts to click, 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 and the teleportation magic wraps all of you up in this light, and you are teleported to the bottom of a mine shaft.
I thought you said
Start.
this was boats.
I thought so too. This is cool.
Also,
This is not
Doesn't look like
boats.
the coast. Also, why are we here?
I thought you
Oh.
were supposed to just send to Gurk.
so
Like
I am a
30
magic user.
30 feet ahead of you. I mean, so like you're at the bottom of this shaft, just in this like cave area, and you can see on the walls like there's a little like switchback leading up, like it's pretty well maintained. And looking up, you can see light coming down. Like this is just a chasm, but like it's open to the air. Like you're still pretty close to the surface, or so it would seem. But you are definitely not in a city of boats.
All right, so full disclosure, the orrery is not really my kind of magic. I just like playing with it.
Right. So we're. Oh, what?
At least we all get to be together. That's cool.
I
Like,
know,
let's see
right?
what's here.
I think
And Hu'Gurk
that
starts
we're
walking out.
near where we needed to go. At least a couple
Here.
miles.
Okay. That's better.
Can we walk out, or is the opening up?
It's up, but like there is a path leading up.
Okay.
Well, let's get to the surface and see where we are.
So after what is probably about 45 minutes of walking up, because yes, you are this far underground, you make your way to the top of this hill where there's just a, you know, in Minecraft, how you'll just walk across the plains and you'll just see a giant gaping hole in the ground, like a giant fissure just across the land. It's like that, just on the top of a hill. And as you finally get to the top and can look out over the right, and you can see that you are at the coast, and directly north of you, because Hu'Gurk knows the directions really well, you can see what looks like a city that is just like built along the coastline, massive docks. Like half of these boats look like they are more permanent fixtures, and it's just like docks and bridges going up to boats, going up over to other boats. A very nautical port town.
Hey, that's the one, I think. Pretty sure.
It looks familiar.
Well, that's not too bad then.
Not too far off.
Right. We just had to walk through a mine shaft. Could have been worse. Um, so I guess let's start walking. These are definitely not walking shoes.
So it's going to take you about an hour until you can actually get into town. But still, earlier morning,
And I
Oh,
think
like noonish.
even though it took us all that long, as we're walking up, the conversation is has obviously been going for that whole time on and off. And Hu'Gurk's like, so wait, once again, there are shoes that aren't made for walking.
There are shoes that aren't meant for walking for long periods of time. I think. Yes.
And yes, that's been kind of the the theme of the walk and talk was the two of them figuring out, well, Hu'Gurk trying to figure out why shoes wouldn't be made for walking.
Okay.
So eventually you are able to make it in, or like to the entrance of town. The coastal wind is starting to pick up, and this colder breeze is whistling through the gate. You see the shops and taverns lining the main thoroughfare of the city. And just ahead of you, as you start walking in, you see that a wagon is broken down in front of a tavern. There's an elderly human driver calling out for help, but passerby are ignoring her. And as she calls out once more, the tavern door behind her opens, and two guards toss a young male human in bright clothing out into the street. He tumbles into the old woman, sending both of them sprawling to the ground. And as the door closes, then opens once more as a mandolin comes flying out of the tavern.
Whoa.
Does anyone want to try and catch the mandolin before it
Yes.
hits anybody?
yeah.
Make an acrobatics check.
I got some acrobatics.
6. What'd you
Y'all
get,
are all
Vi?
reaching for it. Who's going to get it? Who's going to roll high enough?
Hey,
Hu'Gurk doesn't care about the mandolin. He's going for the people. I'm going to help them up.
17.
17, that's enough. You catch it. You just, before it lands at your feet.
Hey.
Whoops. Hey, sorry about those people. Here, he just hoists them both up. And
Well, I appreciate that. My name's Noriel. Can I have my mandolin?
Dring. I don't know, can you?
Please?
Yes,
Thank you.
Here you go.
in to the
And-
lady.
Odd.
You're helping the lady up as well, right?
Yeah.
Debal. Hi.
So what's wrong with your wagon, eh?
Wait.
I know something about those. I'm a cartographer for the Green Dragon for Tyrant Service
You
security.
do stuff with maps?
Yeah, and carts.
Oh,
carts.
cartographer. That's neat. Yeah. So I was a wagon driver out of Shroudport. Oh, I still am. If I can get this fixed, but ran into some not so kind folks on the road. Had to hightail it over here, and right whenever we got here, my wheel just done gave out.
How big is the broken part?
Pretty bad. Like mending and stuff will help. It's definitely repairable. This woman probably just doesn't have the tools or expertise necessary to fix it.
I mean, we could fix your cart.
Yeah, so if you would like to help, it is going to be a athletics or survival check using mending or spending gold on replacement parts is going to, or if you're proficient with land vehicles, is going to lower the DC, which I believe you're proficient in land vehicles. You have the mending cantrip.
And I've got like a +7 in athletics.
So you cannot fail.
Hey, but what's in it for us?
So you're here looking for information, right?
And we can
Right.
trade information.
So, are you a bard by...
Yeah, I'm a minstrel. Not good at it, but I'm trying.
Is that why you were kicked
Yeah.
out?
But I still try. I still hear stuff.
Right. Um, you've been trying a lot in different areas.
Oh, around Marysville.
Around Marysville, right. You wouldn't happen to hear information, would you?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of information?
About... We're looking information on a boat. I forgot the name of the boat.
It's like dangerous,
Dangerous
business.
business.
A boat
Yes.
named Dangerous Business.
Make a persuasion check. The DC has been adjusted accordingly because she saved this man's mandolin.
20. Not natural.
20. Okay. Actually, let me roll intelligence for him. Okay. Yeah, I think I saw a boat with that name at the north side of the docks.
Have you heard anything about it?
I mean, can you? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's where, the Southpaw company.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think I've seen a lot of folks with that organization like hang around that boat.
Right. Okay.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
You,
I didn't hear anything. Right. She'll go to her group and say,
and
yeah, that's definitely their boat. They're up north.
so while you two, if y'all are helping repair DeBall's wagon wheel, are y'all asking DeBall about anything?
Southpaw company.
You want to know about the Southpaw company? That's okay. Might attract the wrong kind of attention just like asking about it out in the open, but like I've seen a lot of their like a lot of people who like wear that sort of like badge up on the north side of town. They all frequent like this bar that a lot of fishers go into. It's called the Fishbone Tavern.
Cool. It's good information. Alellen pulls out his what is it? The all-purpose tool, and it turns into like a little acetylene torch or whatever, like kind of deal. And he's like, goggles on, just like just mending. It's wood. The cart is wood, but he's mending with the sparking torch as
Somehow
though
it
it's metal.
still works.
Yeah, it's magic, baby.
And Hu'Gurk is just like lifting the cart, just holding it off the ground so he can spin the wheel and make the
Keep it
repairs.
steady, Hu'Gurk.
I got it.
Right. So you have some sort of lead. Actually, two different leads.
Check out the tavern before the boat, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, bro, that sounds right.
Because the boat seems like the place.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas the tavern seems like the hangout spot.
Right.
We don't want to go to the place first.
So, no, we want to check out the hangout spot.
I think so.
So you make your way to the north side of town, and looking around the thoroughfare, actually pretty easily enough, you can find this tavern that's just a few blocks from the north docks, the open shore docks. You can see a sign decorated with an actual rotting fish nailed to a board bearing the tavern's name. And standing before the door is an immense figure who beams a smile, missing most of its teeth. He squints his eyes as if trying to make sense of you. Oh,
Hi.
what's your business here?
I was just looking for a place to drink.
Okay. I mean, they got drinks in here.
Maybe we go in then.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh,
You big sweetheart.
opens up the door. Hey, these people seem nice.
I like him.
The interior of the tavern is cramped and shadowy. Only 2 of the 8 tables are occupied, one by what looks like 2 fishers, and another by a lone figure in a dark leather-patched cloak. One wall holds a small smoky fireplace, while a long bar of dark-stained wood stands along the opposite wall. Standing behind the bar, under oval plaques set with yellowing fish skeletons, is a heavy-set human bartender. She pours ale for a half-elf seated at the bar, quietly engaging him in conversation. And everybody with a passive perception above a 12 can overhear this woman, the bartender, say the name Rakim whenever she's speaking to the elf, the half elf. Hey, come on, I'll take care of you.
Thank you so much.
What can I get you? 2 silver for a round of ale.
Yes, that would be perfect.
All right.
I'll give.
And she hands each of you a kind of dirty glass that's filled with what can be called ale.
Can it?
It can. It's not good
It
ale.
shouldn't, but it can.
Yeah.
So, what? Haven't seen you around. What brings you here?
Work. We're looking for work.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure some of the ships out here are looking for hired help.
Yeah. We do a little bit more specialized work. I don't know if you know anybody that might be hiring people with special skill sets other than just loading and unloading cargo.
I can cast magic.
All right. I have to say I'm not they don't tell me all of the jobs that people around here are looking for. I just know that lots
Yes.
of folks around here could definitely use some help around like the shops and the ships around here.
Mhm. I figured I know people could talk in taverns. I might have overheard of a job or two, but if not, we'll keep looking. Thank you.
I think you could also say that as a group, we're pretty well suited for dangerous business.
Make an insight check.
Ooh. I have a lot of that, actually. Oh, that's weird. 22.
Okay. She did not pick up on it.
Okay.
She rolled a 6 on her insight.
No. Jeez. Okay. Well. I'll just kind of look at the group like.
Uh, do you want to? You can ask
There's
her
a half
point-
elf there,
You can
but
ask her
Yeah.
point blank. There's a half elf here. There's 2 fishers in the other
Did
bar.
did the half elf pick up on it?
Make an insight. Forgot to roll for the half elf.
Uh, 19.
19.
16
Okay.
plus 3. I do
Yeah,
not have a
so
lot of insight.
Alellen, whenever you said dangerous business, the half elf like sort of like choked on his drink a little bit.
Oh, you're right there, friend.
just fine. Absolutely fine. What y'all y'all looking for like contract work or like security detail or
It's something more regular than
Uh.
just everyday adventuring, you know? It doesn't offer the health benefits. It doesn't offer the pay. You can't get paid in thank yous. That's all. I've been saying that for a while.
and you think around here's the best place to be looking for that?
Say place.
Safe place, yes.
Is it the worst place to be looking for that?
It's a good jumping off point. It's Port Town. Takes us anywhere we want to go. Or anywhere our future employer wants us to go.
Make another insight check.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
It's just filthy.
So this guy does not work for Southpaw. He's more surprised that you're asking about that boat, I guess. Is what you would understand. Like he's not picking up on like anything about like contract work or anything.
Mhm.
He's like he's just really surprised that you like called out like that boat.
Do I
And
get the-
the people? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna probably the same question. Do I get the idea that anybody in here is like Southpaw? Like, is he like eyeing anybody or something like that?
Funnily
Okay.
enough, nobody in here looks like they're really reacting to it.
I think Alellen just kind of look at everybody and just be like, "This isn't the guy. Like, these aren't the people."
Let's just stay for like a minute or two. Finish this round of ale.
Maybe we could ask them what they know.
Sure.
You all know anything about the Southpaw Company?
and Hu'Gurk was like downing his mug at the time, and you would expect a spit take, but he doesn't get it. And he's like, "Oh, that was direct," you know. and
Well,
he
none of
just
them are in it. Like,
Hu'Gurk, would
just-
you volunteer to be like, oh, I know about
So
them?
Rakeem falls out of his chair The bartender, sort of just like, if you're still at the bar, she'll just like if your hand is like on the bar, she'll just like calmly place her hand on your arm. Like, what are you doing?
Yes, what are you doing?
Information, didn't we?
I'm definitely not suited for this type of work. Uh, apologies, Miss
Friar.
Pryor. We are. We heard things
Rick.
about.
Oh, is he? Did he hit his head? Like looking over at Rakeem. Uh, he's unconscious.
I'm
Ugh.
sure he's fine.
Well, that was worth it.
Kirk will pick him up. He's out.
Just the cartoon like jangling of
Yeah.
things in the
Yeah.
I'm sorry about my friend here, Miss Pryor. This wasn't exactly how we expected things to go.
Make an insight check on Friar. There's a lot of insight checks going on here.
Yeah.
It's almost as if I'm just reading this now.
Okay. Okay. I'm rolling well, even though I have not so great insight. Dirty 20.
She looks like she's very conflicted about something. Part of that is, part of that seems to be remorse about something. I don't think you need to be getting involved with all that now.
Why is that, Miss Pryor?
You're naturally persuasive enough.
I have a +8.
And there ain't nobody from Southpaw here right now. But some people, myself included, are on the payroll to give them some information whenever people go asking about it, like you're doing right now. And sometimes those people get hurt. If you don't want to end up like that, I suggest that you shut your mouth and get out of my bar. Okay?
All right.
Look, I don't. If I wasn't. Fuck. Arlo, why'd you have to. I'm feeling very generous today. I'll let y'all. I'm not going to tell them about y'all. Just drop it, okay?
Miss Pryor, may I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you happy with your employment?
I do need a persuasion check for this.
And Hu'Gurk will take the passed out guy and put him in a bench or across a couple chairs or whatever.
I'm going to. I have. No, I don't have that yet. Okay, so let's see, persuasion. Okay, so I'm gonna use my silver tongue ability, which says I can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10, plus my persuasion, so it's a +8, so it's an 18.
On a normal day, I would say, yeah, it's easy work.
Hmm.
But one of my former friends might get hurt, and it might be my fault for doing my job. So no, I'm not.
Right.
So I beg you,
Miss Fryer, we don't want to get hurt. Because of you, of course. But maybe we could do you a favor.
go on.
You said your friend might get hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe we could stop your friend from getting hurt. Maybe we could stop that from happening so you don't have to live with that regret.
Arla Razor Tongue at the Peg and Hook.
All right.
I'd be very grateful.
Good. Maybe in return for saving you from this regret, you could maybe give us some information
What kind of information?
on your employers.
All right.
All right.
Normally, the Southpaw people,
Mm-hmm.
they do frequent my bar. But it seems they've turtled up. They've all hidden, retreated to wherever they hide because apparently something was happening with their company higher ups.
Hmm. Trouble in paradise, then.
Now, is that good?
It is. Miss Fryer, you have been very lovely today. And she'll shake her hand and hand her 5 gold. Thank you so much for treating us with kindness in your lovely establishment.
Please. Before I have to do something I regret again. Y'all.
I might go and see a friend. Maybe take them out of town. I think they deserve a break. She'll just smile at her. Come on, everyone.
You all leave?
Big grin and wave from Connie. Just, it was nice meeting you.
All right. And are y'all looking for the Peg and Hook?
Yeah.
So what exactly are we doing with that?
Because of the information that she gave us, we need to help her friend from getting hurt by the Southpaw. Because it seems that her friend was asking about them. So it's possible we could get more information from her friend as we help them.
Great. Now, wasn't that so much easier than I don't think that woman was ever going to get any tactful
You were
wordplay.
lucky there was no Southpaw in there and that they had turtled up, apparently.
I mean, if they had been there, all the quicker to deal with this. No.
Sort of. They don't always are all in the same place at the same time, so. But let's go get this Arla Razor Tongue. Maybe we'll get more information out of them.
So, a few blocks away, you do find this single room hole in the wall called the Peg and Hook, and inside the window, you can see a whole bunch of like hooks on display, like hooks as in things that you would attach to your arm should you lose a hand,
Ah.
and pegs as in the things that you would attach to your leg if you needed it amputated. And as you open the door, you can see this human woman at this sort of desk that notably has she's leaning at this table that's just going across an open space between two cabinets, and you can clearly see that she's leaning across, her legs are crossed under her. It's notable because she actually is a double amputee. She is missing part of her arm and part of her leg, except her leg has the hook on it and her arm has the peg. I have character art if you would like it.
Please.
I would love it.
I would love to see this.
Visual aids.
So, looking for any particular wares? Don't peg you for my normal customers.
Well, you're right.
No.
Miss, I'm sorry, what was your name?
Arla Razortongue.
Miss Arla raised the tongue. Well, um, actually, we're here to offer you some aid.
Oh,
Yes.
what kind of aid?
A very particular kind. Save you from certain people that may be coming after you.
I posted the character art.
Okay, that makes more. I picture like a full length peg leg on her arm.
No, they're workable.
Yeah, yeah.
They are specially designed hook shoes and peg arms.
Mhm.
I get it. You didn't peg us. I get it now.
Now, Miss Razor Tongue, if I may, I seems like we're not beating around the bush today. Looks to Alellen.
Well, just kind of taps on his wrist.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you see, Miss Razor Tongue, we've heard you might be in some trouble with a certain company.
Oh, they caught on, did they?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
What exactly did they catch on to?
I I fucking hate the Southpaw company. I fucking hate working for them. And,
Okay.
well, now I don't. So, fuck them.
Mhm. That's
They,
exactly what we plan on doing. So,
you plan on
Okay,
fucking 'em?
well,
in more of a we're going to try and destroy them type of way.
Cool. Cool.
I got confused there for a second, but I'm good.
All right. What do you need from me?
We need information and to help you not get lose any other limbs
All right, 1,000
to
gold.
them. Ms. Racerton, I think you understand what's going on here.
You want information that I have? 1,000 gold.
You have a life that they want to take.
500 gold.
Alon's got his abacus out. Just like, that math don't add
We
up.
help you not get murdered by them. You help us.
I well, see, I give you this information,
Mhm.
and that's really it for my bargaining. And then you hear the door just crash open. Uh, as 4 individuals bust into the room. Uh, they look heavily armed
Mhm.
and like they are the exact people that you were sent here to make sure don't kill this person.
Mhm.
Roll for
Oh,
initiative.
great. Oh, great.
How just this pre um situation? How big is this shop?
It's just like one room. There's really not a lot of maneuverability.
Right.
You want us to call them out or type them in? Oh,
Type them in.
type them in. Got it.
No, we took a long rest.
Yes, you have
Yeah.
taken a long rest. All of your abilities should be full up.
I need to roll my portents.
So up first is one of these less armored individuals who is going to try and make a short sword attack at the bugbear, who looks like he's ready to fight. So they're gonna make an attack. Does a 8 hit you?
Not today.
Connie.
Not today.
Okay. Connie is gonna go up to the one that did a dirty on Hu'Gurk. She's gonna cast Shield of Faith and then is going to attack with her longsword. That's a natural one. So
Okay.
yeah.
Anything
Shield of
else?
Faith though. No, that was action and bonus action.
All right, Hu'Gurk. It is your first turn in combat.
All right. That's amazing. I will indeed use my new ability and pick one of these humanoids as my enemy. And I will also let me double make sure that my ambusher feature doesn't have extra bit to it. At the start of your first turn of each combat, your walking speed is added, or 10 feet is added to your walking speed at the end of the turn. If you take the attack action, you can make one additional weapon attack that deals an extra d8 weapon damage. Okay. Sweet. I will dread ambush this guy.
The one who attacked you, or another one?
The one who attacked me.
Okay.
And so let's switch with this. Actions. And this is with Dusk Crusher in one hand and my Morning Star in the other.
Is Dust Crusher light enough?
Yes, I have the dual wielder.
Cool.
But I rolled really badly and only got an 11.
11 is just a miss.
Okay. And so then with the other hand, which is just my normal Morning Star, if the dice thing would move. Oh my goodness. Okay, 14.
14 will hit.
And damage. All right. And then that's an extra D4 for my new thing, which I can't remember the name of. The ranger thing from Tasha's
favorite foe.
favorite foe.
And do you also get the D8 from your
Yes.
thing?
And so that's 5, 8 altogether so far. Oh my goodness. 9 altogether so far. And I'm going to use my hunter's duster,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna throw another D10 of necrotic damage in on top of that.
Okay.
Fuck this guy, right?
Yep. Oh my god. Oh, better. Okay, so there's a 5. So altogether 14 points of damage.
All right. They go down.
Awesome.
Right.
Took me everything. Got him.
Up next, it seems like they're the person in charge, and they are going to make 2 longsword attacks, going in between Hu'Gurk and Connie. So, uh, first one is going to be for Hu'Gurk. Does a 11 hit you?
No.
No, sir.
What about Connie? Does a 15 hit?
No, sir.
All right. Bye.
Yes. I would like to hop on the counter and sit with my legs crossed as I take out my loot and strum it a little bit. There we go. Now, let's see. I would like to let you know all know that I believe in you so much, Strum. And she'll cast aid on them, so you get up to your hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5. Um, I would like to, as a bonus action, continue that strumming into like a little a few notes that will be for me to cast inspiration on Hu'Gurk.
Ooh. And you're still a D6, right?
Yes, a d6.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Alellen.
Yeah. Allen's gonna pull out his all-purpose tool. And I'm like, hey guys, check this out. And he'll flip it out, and one of them is like this little tuning fork. But when he smacks it with this tiny little hammer, it makes this big like bong, bong kind of sound. He casts Toll the Dead.
All right.
Because it can just give me a random cantrip. Like for 8 hours. I'm just like, I want to know this cantrip. And it's like, okay.
All right. Is it on?
The one who got hurt. Because I think that
They're
does
dead.
something with Toll the Dead. Oh, they're dead?
Yeah, they
square
died.
stomach.
Okay. Fuck, I missed that.
So
part.
there's the big one, or the one who seems to be in charge, and 2 other sneaky minions.
Okay. Well, never mind. I'll save that then, and I'll just cast something else, like what we got? Mind Spike. Sure. Yeah, I'll cast a Mind Spike on the big guy, and that is a. I want to say it's a Wisdom save. And he's gonna roll a 2 on that, just because I'm feeling a bit mean.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Okay, that is not good for him. That's a 20 psychic damage. And I know where he is as long as we're on the same plane of existence.
They just reel back with a migraine that I have suffered many times before. And the 2 lone minions are kind of freaked out about that. So one of them is going to try and make a short sword attack at you, Alellen.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit?
Just a little bit. Barely. Barely.
Okay, you're going to be taking 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And we have 5 added to our.
To your maximum and to the current hit points.
Okay. So that just puts me. Okay. Cool. Noted. Damage taken.
And then the next one is going to try and shoot Connie with a crossbow. Hand crossbow. 21 to hit.
A 21 just hits.
Okay. You are going to be taking 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And Connie
Um,
got the temp HP as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Alright.
I still
It's now your turn, Connie.
she like was fighting the one that Hu'Gurk killed. She now has new focus. Somebody just shot her, so she just points towards them. And I like to think that a little like there's like smokies that come from her eyes. That would probably be a thaumaturgy, but that's okay.
It'll happen.
It'll okay. And then she is going to rush up towards them. And rather than using her longsword, she's gonna cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay. We
Um,
are out to hurt people tonight.
Oh yes, that is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. So I roll 4d10 for the damage. Let's hope this goes well.
All zeros. All zeros.
Oh man. That is only 14 points of necrotic damage.
He's dead.
This is what like points towards him, and then it is I have my sword, but I flip it around so it's just the crossguard, and just punches him. Just drops him via a punch. No blade necessary. And then she'll turn and look towards the leader of this group. That's it.
Right.
She'll just look at him.
Up next is Hu'Gurk.
All right. No one has said don't kill this guy, so I'm killing this guy. Doom Crusher in one hand and Morningstar in the other. Actions. Back to that menu. Go. That's better. Dirty 24.
That'll hit.
All right. And 13 points of damage, and 5 points of it at least is radiant.
You knock him down.
Nice. Like he's done? Out?
Mhm.
Oh. Fling around the big flamey light magic looking hammer.
Like you just like punt them until they like land into the door, just like with, seared.
Radiant.
Yeah.
Sunburned.
They get the like Kylo Ren scars.
Yeah.
Uh,
This
but-
isn't bad.
Vi, you're up next. There's only one person still up.
She'll just wave to them. um, and let's see. She will cast. Let me. So, I'm gonna use my bonus actions. To use my unsettling words, which means I take a use of my bardic inspiration die, and they have to subtract that number from the next saving throw.
Oh no.
Yes. And then I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. Actually, I'm going to cast Charm Person. And I'll wave to them and say, "Dear, you really picked a horrible time to come in for either a hook or a peg leg. Now, why don't you sit down so we can all
So
talk?"
they rolled a
And she'll
5
cast.
-2.
Jeez. -4 as well.
Oh, I had rolled the d6.
Oh, okay. A
So
5, so
yeah,
3.
well, a 6. I think they have +3.
Yeah.
But okay. I'll sit.
Yeah.
I'll sit.
All right. Thank you so much, dear. Hu'Gurk, darling, would you please tie them up quickly for me?
Sure, got it.
Yep, you tie him up.
Do we want to get information out of him or just kill him?
Wally's still charmed?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
ask him a
it's
few
just got
questions.
the little tuning fork out. Like I'm just, he's ready.
I have about an hour of this.
Well,
So, dear, what is your name? Sorry, go ahead, Connie. I didn't.
I was gonna
wait for you
say
to
like
answer. Go ahead.
things
What were
like
you
what
saying?
their name is. Does the cash do the Southpaw have any like lower defenses?
My name's Molly,
Molly?
Oh, Molly, it's nice to meet you.
with a EY.
That's such a
Oh,
cute
EY.
name.
Okay.
It's a dude.
Mhm.
It's a halfling dude.
Still a cute name.
Mm. So, Molly, dear, why were you sent here?
We were supposed to, you know. Well, I would do the hand motion, but we were supposed to like eliminate Arla
Why is
because she's
that?
been talking shit about the company, and so they didn't want that to happen anymore.
Now, it's strange because we heard you were all kind of turtling up somewhere. Is there a reason for that?
It's kind of above my pay grade.
Have you heard anything? Rumors?
Well, they kind of say that like they think somebody's getting attacked.
Are they?
Yeah, it's like somebody's coming after something.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it's like all hands on deck. Like everybody's like really beefing up security and everything, trying to tie up all loose ends.
And I'm assuming they're holding up in the ship, correct?
Yeah. Well, the ships with an S. Well, like the other S, because like ships already begins with an S.
Ships S at the end.
Yeah.
Multiple ships. Right. And which ships are these?
Well,
Yes, dear?
I was gonna ask what ships are these, and then you did that. You're fine.
well, I mean, it's a dangerous business. And then like, well, oh shit, there's a whole bunch of ships. Like it's hard to remember all the names. I mean, like the Ghost and the Rogue are like out there as well, but like everybody's more on the dangerous business and the other ships that it attaches to.
Okay. That's where like the higher ups might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
you know, through it.
Right. Would you happen to know anything about the attacks they've been making on other people? Like other businesses in other towns?
What?
It's South. Why does Southpaw think they're going to be attacked?
Some good information from the higher ups.
Okay. All right. Anything you would like to ask our friend Molly here?
Who are you gonna be attacked by?
I don't know. They just said somebody like they were prepping for something, some kind of attack.
So when you guys were sort of doubling down on your defenses, did you miss any spots? Maybe run out of stuff before you could quite get everywhere.
I don't think so. I mean, no.
Okay.
Your hair smells nice.
my hair.
Can't be mine.
You have no hair, dear. Thank you. Well, um, she'll look to Arla. Is this payment enough for you?
Arla has left the building.
Ugh, fuck.
By hook or by crook. Gone.
She's gone.
She has run out very fast with her hook foot. Again, professionally made. It is a very useful hook foot.
God. I feel like out of spite, I want to steal her money.
I feel like
But
that's like we can't just come in and be like, we're gonna try and save you, and then rob her blind when she turns away. That's called extortion, Vi.
that's called regular business, Connie.
Is it?
In my business, it is.
I was always told it was extortion. It had to be extortion, not blackmail. Extortion has an X. It sounds cooler.
Yes, that is true. But that's just regular. Extortion just is regular business for me.
Totally fair.
So, like, why am I tied up? Can I go?
Not yet, Molly dear.
Okay.
Is there any other information about Southpaw that you could give us? How to get in the ship?
I mean, just go through the door. I mean, I think it gets a little weird from there.
How so?
I mean, like, well, Peter tried to just like go through the ship just like without any prep or like knowing what was going on, and well, they were still taking care of that mess like a couple of days later.
So,
Was it like magic? Like
A little bit, yeah.
so you
Like
need
traps.
like permission to get in, or is it traps, like my friend asked?
Yeah, some of the doors are trapped. I don't know. It's just kind of confusing. I still don't know like exactly how it works, but it's like really confusing. And weird, like there's a lot of like bad stuff in there.
Seems pretty normal for us. Actually.
Yes. So
We could just get rid of him, right?
you could what?
He doesn't really seem to have a great grasp of the specifics of it, and I think this is probably about as good
Well,
as
yes,
we're gonna get.
no. Usually would have been better for her to have the head of the group. But we kind of like,
yeah.
it happens.
Hey, like I really have to pee.
Okay. So she'll like turn her back to Molly. Do we just like him? Oh, I think we have to.
I'm gonna step outside really quick.
We're gonna bring you out towards the back, Molly.
Just kind of like stand in front of the building, hands in pockets, like making sure no one comes a knocking.
So, Hu'Gurk, you know what to do, right?
Oh, he's where Molly's going to the farm upstate. Is that the deal? Oh,
Yeah.
The rest of us will just walk out and gently close the door to the shop.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just join Connie standing shoulder to shoulder.
I'll
just-
play like a really loud song.
So I do want to go just like a little bit longer for this. Is that cool with everybody?
Uh-huh.
And yeah,
Yeah, so
Hu'Gurk
So
doesn't
as
it?
Hu'Gurk comes back, just a little bit more bloody.
It's hard to tell. He was already covered in blood.
Yeah, he's already pretty bloody, but like you can just see like a little bit
Few
more of
extra
his
spots.
bugbear, like in his bugbear beard. There's just a little bit more of some deep fried blood spots.
I'll like cast precipitation on him as he walks out.
Yeah, worked hard for that.
Where y'all headed?
Wait, so there are 3 ships that we gotta worry about? There's the Ghost, the Rover, and then Dangerous Business?
Pinta la niña la Santa Maria.
Like inspiration.
Thank you.
That tracks. 3 ships full of bastards. Yeah.
Yeah, it tracks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right.
Caught
So,
me off guard.
You're welcome.
all right. So
Uh,
there. Where are we going? Are we going to Dangerous Business?
well, dangerous business. Per what Molly said, the gods rest his soul. Is a word, the most important one. His death should not be funny.
So let's go to that ship. Do we need disguises? I could
We
put on a
might.
mustache.
I can cast disguise self.
That's
Yeah,
for
me
you.
too. Me too.
Oh,
Hey, I got a plan, right? They're like boats, right?
yes.
And Ellen, you got a thing. You can breathe underwater, right?
Yeah, and I can do that a little bit better with this nice cloak. But I could already do that, yes.
Oh, but
Welcome, by the way, for the
now
cloak.
I can swim fast too, so it's
oh,
even better.
so
2 for 2.
couldn't you like swim under the boats and just drill holes in it? And then the boat would start leaking, and then they would have to like fix the leaky boat or run, like, come off the ship, and then we could get them.
Yeah. Yeah, actually that wouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah. Or you could cast like a spell to like break the wood so it takes them longer and it sinks.
I could break it and then just mend it all wrong.
It's like a broken bone.
Just mend it with a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah, you could just
Could be all
break it.
Swiss cheese mending. See, well, that way it's all put back together again. So then they gotta can't even fix it right.
Can I get a perception check from everybody? Just I'm assuming y'all are having this conversation as you start making your way to the docks.
Yes.
We're
I'm gonna
taking-
use the earpiece of the bat. Take some necrotic.
It's gonna bite you.
It's gonna give me a little
Yeah.
bite.
It's gonna nibble on your ear.
You
Gun
bit.
num num on that ear.
Well, hey, guess what? The num-nums on my ear dealt me 5 points of
Ooh.
necrotic damage. Max.
That's little
Nice.
num nums.
So
It's a happy bet,
I got a 19.
right? 19.
15.
What was that? All
11.
15. 1-5.
right, so Connie, you'll get the most information out of the scene. So at this area of the docks, the ships that are docked here seem conspicuously separate from like the other docks going down all of the coastline of that Marysville is built on. There are 2 very big sailing ships, and there is a very, very small boat. I've just posted a picture in chat. This comically small boat has 4 guards on it, and you can see in silver lettering dangerous business written on it. And you can see along the docks there's about there are only a few guards, people patrolling the docks, you can see like it's a group of 4 humans and what looks like a quadrupedal. It's like a really big Komodo dragon. It's like a dragon dog.
I love it. Can I have another pet?
And they seem to be walking away from you onto one of the bigger ships and just like sort of not, well, kind of patrolling the area. Like they're probably just like walking back and forth. But these 2 bigger ships are the Ghost and the Rogue, and then this dinghy is dangerous business.
So he did say that most people were on dangerous business.
Is it like a clown boat? There's like a whole bunch of them in there.
Possibly. I mean, it could be, like a bag of holding. It's bigger on the inside.
I say we go for it. Do we want to pose as new hires? Or people looking for work?
I mean,
Or do we just
don't
show up
Tyrant
and
security, right?
we just show up and start slinging spells left and right and be like, fuck y'all!
Well, we could do that, but people from other boats might notice. We could how about this? You can all tell me if it doesn't work, but how about this? Hu'Gurk and I can disguise ourselves as that. You can disguise yourself as that big guy, the guy in charge. I can disguise myself as Molly, and we disguise you 2 as other people who were talking shit that we came across from Miss Fryer, who told us. And after we were done dealing with Arla.
I'm game.
Sounds good.
Okay, maybe I should be the leader so I can talk and persuade them. Okay.
So, what you
I
doing?
can't be Molly. My spell won't make me that small.
Yeah,
I'll
they're
just be
half.
one of the other guys.
Yeah, you can just be one of the other guys. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what's happening?
Me and Hu'Gurk are gonna disguise ourselves as the leader of the group.
Mhm.
And another person from the group. That we took care of Arla, and we're gonna bring in Connie and Alellen as people who were also talking shit because we stopped by the tavern. Miss Fire told us other people were asking about them.
Okay. So you start walking up along the docks.
Mm-hmm.
There are these 4 guards. One of them like steps off the boat and it wiggles from the displacement of weight. Because yes, it is that small of a boat. I cannot stress how comically small this boat is. Shit, what's their name? What's their name? Hey Hoffman. Marks. What's yeah taken care of? Who are these?
Yeah. Sorry, I got hit in the throat.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. She put up a fight with that peg-leg hand of hers. um, we stopped by Miss Fry, and she told us there were new people in town asking about them. These are 2 of them, and the rest of the gang's looking for the other 2.
All right. So I guess you want to take him to the boss.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go on in. let's make a deception check real quick.
Okay.
The DC has definitely been adjusted, and it's probably not going to change what I just said.
27.
Yeah.
19 plus 8.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, go ahead in. And they move away from the iron door that's from this singular cabin on the ship.
Good. I'll like grab Connie like by the back of the get in here. and
Oh, you're
like
so
really quiet.
strong.
Really quiet. I'm sorry, Connie.
It's okay. You're killing it.
Right.
Shove.
And as you're shoved and walk in through the iron door, one of the guards closes it behind you, and you make your way into perceptive an area that is much larger than the exterior of the ship would betray. It opens up as an oval room that's 30 feet long and 15 feet wide. You see there are 6 iron doors lining the wall, all oval. All these oblong iron doors, each with a different colored gem set in the top of the doors. And you are alone in this room with all these differently colored doors, except for a figure that is lying in a pool of blood. This half-elf is just slumped over on the ground, and you can see very plainly that their skull is shattered, and it looks like from this large gaping head wound, there is no brain. And the only thing that remains on this body, besides, the tattered remains of their mangled corpse, is a small, square slip of paper. And that's what we'll pick up next time.
Yay! So first and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Cyber for running this wonderful game. I am horrified to find out where we are going next week, but also incredibly excited. But I'm always excited to have you on the show. Hey, Cyber, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey, I'm Cyber. You can find me on the internet, like at Twitter, CyberWolf1201. You can find most of my stuff that I do somewhere on cyberwolf1201.live. That's my website. It's got links to my Twitch, my YouTube, my Patreon, the podcast that Kyle with Nin I do. Let's talk about it. I think that's all the links that I have. My Patreon's on there too. I play video games badly and talk about lore on my Twitch. It's a fun time. I'm gonna be doing some chill Hades on Saturday. I'm bad at Hades, but you know what? We're gonna do it because I still need some time before we stream Age of Calamity, because that's gonna be a big one. For the RPGs that I play in, clearly I'm here on Thursdays running this game. I'm also playing the same character, Arjan, on the Monday night game. In the homebrew game, and then on a Tuesday every month, I'm on High Shelf Gaming playing Werewolf the Apocalypse. I'm a yoga instructor who is filled with a rage monster, so that's fun. We played that this Tuesday, so there won't be another one in November. So check us out sometime in December. That is to be determined. Jabroni TV. Check out Jabroni TV. Lots of good stuff. Office Phasmophobia. That's fun, right?
You hunt ghosts, but there's also cutaways to shit. Did we leave Jimmy in the house? Fuck. That kind of shit. And we all do bad accents. It's great.
Me? It's me?
It's
Oh, hi everyone. Hi, I'm Satan. You can find me at Twitter @AlsVamp. The @ is below. And you can also find me here on Thursdays playing Vi, my favorite drought bard. You can also find me Saturdays over at Plot Hunters, where I play I play a half drow called Alina. She's a buff barbarian who also has a sun sword, by the way. So the parallels. We are an all LGBTQ, all POC channel. So if you like supporting those spaces, come watch us at 8 p.m. EST, where we're going through Tyranny of Dragons. Um, Sundays at 10 a.m. EST, I'm over at the Hype Goblins channel, DMing loosely D&D homebrew world for my friends where you have fun. And what else do I do? On God. And you can also find me here once a month on Wednesdays, playing Monster Noir, where I play Lilith, my vampire mobster. And it's in a game we all made up at like 3 in the morning the day of, who Greybeard GMs, and it's really, really fun. I think we'll be on next Wednesday, so that's going to be fun. And you can also find me on Twitch here, Alice of Vamp, where I stream art. And I may have something special for you guys next week. I'm going to be streaming art, but I'm also going to be talking with a really cool friend about their process of creating monsters for D&D and stat blocks, and hopefully we'll get to create one on air while I draw the monster. So that's going to be a cool conversation slash art um, piece that we'll have. So look out for that. It'll be on my Twitter. Post it soon.
Sweet. Greybeard's Tavern. You can catch me Thursday nights here at Indoor Adventurers. On Fridays, I'm over at G Game Nights for the Sprawl, 8 o'clock. This is all on my Twitter. And then Sunday mornings, I play, right now, I'm playing Deep Sky Derelicts. I play with a lot of toys. I got, space guns and whatnot to have a good time with. And then at 4 o'clock on Sundays, I'm back on G Game Nights playing in Monster of the Week. And currently, other than next Wednesday, running Monster Noir back here on Indoor Adventure. That's it. All I got going right now. That's me, GB.
It's me. Okay. So I'm Ethan. Ejthegrey on Twitter and Twitch. I stream video games sometimes. We're gonna do Watch Dogs 2 as soon as I, get this semester nice and wrapped up in a bow. We're gonna take down the man with memes and hacking. But other than that, I do some role-playing games like this one. On Wednesdays on High Shelf Gaming, I play Blades in the Dark. We've entered temporarily the last week of the campaign, but that week will probably take us several months of real time to accomplish, such as the way that RPGs work. And then we're also doing Cyberpunk Red, which is now out, which is cool if you're into that sort of thing. That game is out. And we play that on the weekends. I think we're playing Saturday this week. We do alternating Saturdays and Sundays, but that's fun. I got a rootin' tootin' gunslinging traumatized dude, and it's bad. It's real bad over there. But that's pretty much it for me. I'm just doing my thing. That's it.
Excellent. And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Mondays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can feel free to go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point. Or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. But for now, we are going to be going into our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on Discord, found in with a link found in the description of this video below, or oftentimes in the side chat if you're watching live on Twitch when we're live on Twitch. So with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to Cyber for running this game. Thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.